What does it take to survive out here? What are some basic principles of survival in the jungle?
Cleanliness. I mean, really, we talked about this, but like, I have so many holes in my skin right now.
Yeah.
Look, I have a mosquito. There we go. I have so many spots that I've scratched off of my skin because a mosquito bites me and then I scratch it. Or the other big one is that I worry that I have a tick. Not deliberately, not with my thinking brain, but my simian brain just wants to find and remove ticks. And so I scratch, and then if my fingernails get too long, I remove my skin, and then those get infected in the jungle. And so staying hyper clean, using soap, like basic stuff, keeping order to your bags, order to your gear, things in dry bags. Make sure, we explained that we got in the river during a thunderstorm. We didn't explain why we did that because the thunderstorm came when we had eaten dinner, but we hadn't set up our tents. And so we decided to cover our bags with our boats that we had been carrying, our pack rafts that we had been carrying in our backpacks. So all of our gear would stay dry. So the only thing we could do was either sit in the rain and be cold or sit in the river and be warm. And so keeping our gear dry, momentary discomfort for future, that to me was an incredibly smart calculation to make. Is you got to be smart out here. You can't, not running out of a headlamp while you're out on the trail and being stuck in that darkness.
Yeah.
It really takes just being a little bit on your toes. And I find that necessity of being on your toes is a place that I like to live in. It's just the right amount of challenge here.
So keeping the gear organized and all of that, but also being willing to sort of improvise. I've seen you improvise very well because there's so much unknowns. There's so much chaos and dynamic aspects that like planning is not going to prevent you from having to face that in the end of the day.
No, it's been really funny watching you sort of shed your planning brain. Like day one, it was very much like, so are we gonna? And then I could see your brow sort of furrow when I would go, I don't know what time we're gonna get there, and you'd go, well, just tell me, and I'd be like, I don't know what the jungle's gonna let us do, let's record the podcast tomorrow, okay, but if it rains, if it gets windy, if a friaje comes, if there's a jaguar with rabies, like anything could happen. Landslide, like anything, literally.
Tree. I mean, the thing you mentioned, trees falling, that's a thing in the jungle.
That's a major thing in the jungle.
Holy shit. First of all, a lot of trees fall.
Yeah.
And they fall quickly and they could just kill you.
They fall quickly. They're huge. We're talking about trees that are like the size of school buses stacked.
Yeah.
And connected to other trees with vines so that when they fall, this millennium tree, this 1,000-year-old tree, boom, it shakes the ground, pulls down other trees with it. So if you're anywhere near that for a few acres, you're getting smashed. That's the end of you. And so the jungle at any moment that you're out there could just decide to delete you. And then the leafcutter ants and the army ants and the flies and everything, you'll be digested in 3 days. You'll be gone. No bones, nothing.
Who do you think would eat most of you?
I would hope that like a king vulture with a colorful face would just
dramatically
just get in there, like right in the ass, just like Nature's Metal, just like when they like walk in through the elephant's ass. I'd want that on camera trap. I think that would be a great way to go.
And we'll slowly look up and just kind of smile at the
just
camera.
Rip out your intestines and just shake it. And just victorious over your dead body.
Well, but also honor a friend. That's another way to
sure,
honor.
but you'd look so, your white naked ass laying there in the jungle, you'd be like face down, shit.
That's why you always have to look good. Any moment a tree can fall on you and a vulture just swoops in and eats your heart.